Hey there friends, today we'll be reviewing a whole bunch of city bikes for women and men from the Spinn brand. After the Schwinn brand left the market, the Spinn brand successfully took over its niche. And rightfully so, as they say. What's unique about this particular model and the next bike, Horizon, which I'll be showing? The men's version of this bike is that the frame is made from quality steel. Usually, city bikes are made of good quality steel, the same kind that's used on many reliable everyday bikes. It's strong, durable, and perfectly suited for daily urban riding. These frames don't aim to impress with exotic alloys, but they perform well for regular use, provided the bike is stored and maintained with some care. In this case, you can treat city riding very casually. The bike geometry is adapted for a comfortable riding position and comfortable riding. The pedal assembly is pushed forward, the seat is tilted back. The handlebars are chopper-style pulled toward you with soft and comfortable grips. Classic story with chrome details, very characteristic of city bikes. Rigid fork with a long rake forward, again for comfortable handling so you can sit relaxed on the bike and not worry about curbs. What I'd like to point out as interesting about these bikes, 3 layers of paint are claimed by the manufacturer, which is quite a lot. Why do 3 layers of paint? To save the frame from sun fading, so that when there are impacts or operational mishaps that might happen, everything lasts longer. That's a cool approach. The equipment is quite rich, the accessories are really nice. Look at the stitching on the seat, my respects, it looks good. The seat is spring-loaded, there are 2 cute little springs here. Naturally, you need to understand that riding bikes with such seats isn't about sport, it's about enjoyment. You shouldn't ride marathons on such bikes, therefore getting people started cycling. To get people started cycling, this women's model has a front basket with strap adjustment for stem height. This is a classic 1-inch stem. There's a rear rack painted to match the frame color and welded to the frame. So on such a rack, you could probably give someone a ride. Attach a child seat if needed. Full-size fenders in matching color also come with the bike. There's a proper kickstand here. Plastic pedals that aren't aggressive on shoes. Then this model has a hub with a coaster brake. This is also a very classic feature for such bikes. Here, all the rules of MTB bikes don't apply. We have a pronounced chain guard here, also in the body color matching the bike. There are white walls on the tires, white rubber that's solid and soft. It's 2.1 to 5 inches wide. This is again done to make it softer and more pleasant. And due to such long geometry, the bike will have a distinctly smooth ride. Again, this is all aimed at comfort. Let's see what the men's version looks like. This is Horizon, the men's version of the Spinn bike with a high-quality steel frame. This is the most popular bike in this lineup. It's very classic and strict. And here the black handlebars, black rims and absence of chrome elements combine pretty cool. Really strict, cool design and a very recognizable frame with an additional tube here. It usually doesn't carry any meaningful structural load, it's just a style element. But actually, if you add an additional tube to any frame to the front triangle, trust someone who loves adding extra tubes to bikes, it increases its stiffness and reliability. By the way, these frames come with a lifetime warranty. Here's also a huge soft cushioned seat. Instead of stitching, it has these diamond patterns made using a molding method. Also has a foot brake in gear in this version of the bicycle. This bicycle and the Charm don't only have single-speed hubs with foot brakes. There are also 3-speed planetary hubs. In this case, I have single-speed versions. The Horizon comes with a kickstand included. Chain guard painted to match the color. Metal frame, wide 21x25 tires. In this case with gray walls. These are urban slicks. The stem has height adjustment. Full-size fenders come with the bike, also color matched. Overall, a very stylish, really nice urban bicycle. The pedal assembly, just like on the women's model, is positioned forward. And specifically, in this model, what I noticed is the rear triangle of the bike is longer. This means the smoothness of the ride in this particular model will be even better. The styling of the top tubes really reminds me of old school bicycles with braze joints. That's how braze bikes used to look, but now it seems these are all welded bicycles. They all have quite attractive pricing, by the way. This is the Uptown model. Basically, high-quality steel, lifetime warranty on the frame. 3 layers of paint, everything like all Spinn bicycles. Here, there's a classic 7-speed transmission with a rear cassette. With a grip shifter, microshift grip shifter, Shimano tourne derailleur. Here are aluminum cranks and a suspension fork. So this is a comfort city bike. And yes, I won't complain about this fork with welded stanchions, because this is a city bike, not an MTB. Given the geometry and construction of the bicycle, no one would even think of doing anything remotely resembling extreme loads on it. You can put such a fork here. This is probably the only type of bicycle where you can install it and not worry at all. The stem here also has height adjustment. Comes with a basket. Very soft, comfortable seat with a special anatomical cutout. Spring-loaded. Naturally, this is all for leisurely rides. No loads, marathons or sports should be done. There's a chain guard. Also, besides this metal one that matches the bike color, there's a double plastic chain guard styled like a car disc. It also secures the chain, since this isn't a single speed but has a gear shifter. So the wheels here are on axles, wide 21x25 tires, in this case two-tone tires, very cute. Comes with a kickstand. This is the men's Uptown, men's version, very interesting color. The seat seems even softer than the women's. We even have an integrated quick release. That's also an interesting shout out to BMX from our whole crew. I don't know if this was planned or not, and this is the only bicycle I see today with a water bottle mount on the down tube. Also, absolutely not an unnecessary feature. Fenders match the bike color, chain guard matches the bike color. Also, speed transmission tourney on a cassette with 7 gears. Grip shifter, suspension fork. Basically, this is a complete copy of the women's version. Only in the men's variant, the geometry is relaxed, in the sense that the pedal assembly is shifted forward from the center line of the bicycle. The seat faces backward. You're just riding along, chilling out. I think we could even put a steering wheel from the Horizon model here and show off to the max. With this seating position, it would fit perfectly here too. This is our Luna model. It stands apart. It doesn't have a male counterpart. This bike is a bit different in construction. First of all, it looks more refined, due to the tube forming and tapered fork legs. On all other bikes, the legs are straight without tapering. It has narrower tires, slick ones. This is good for the bike's rolling efficiency and higher top speed. It has a 7-speed Shimano Tony gear shifter. Revo shifter here on the handlebar. It has a quick release front wheel with an eccentric. This is also what sets it apart from other models. No coaster brake. Same comfortable soft seat. And basically looking at it, its front triangle seems longer than on other women's models. If you're a tall lady and want more comfort from your bike, so to speak, to position yourself on it properly, extending your legs correctly for a pleasant riding position, then the Luna model would probably be more preferable for you than the other city bikes we featured in this review. It's like a more universal, more utilitarian bike. Really reminds me of the classics from the 80s bicycle era, probably. Also made from high quality steel. Not so brutal overall. It comes with a basket that rotates on straps. Interesting combination of chrome elements and the color of everything else. Everything is done in a unified color. There are white sidewalls on the tires. Overall, quite a gently stylized bike. Thanks a lot for your attention, friend. That's quite a big, rich lineup of city bikes. Not all bikes made it into the frame. As I mentioned, bikes with hub gears are available. We just didn't film those today.